Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Angie D Entertainment's 5-day virtual challenge. We have a very special treat today, as I promised you. We're going to have industry experts all over the place talk more about what we're doing. And what that means is we're going to bring people who have actually implemented many of the virtual engagements that we're talking about. So, again, if you want to create unforgettable events that help drive unique interaction with your client and their guests, or you and your guests, this is the type of system you want to implement. So, I'm going to bring on board with us Yusuf of iBoothMe, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his beginnings and how he was able to use virtual engagement and really expand his clients' ability to interact with their customer base. So, with that being said, let's bring in Yusuf of iBoothMe. How you doing, Yusuf?
I'm great. Thank you for inviting
Welcome,
me.
welcome aboard here.
Very much. I'm very excited.
Let's make sure you're unmuted, that your mic is good to go.
Okay, here we go. You can hear me?
Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you very much for receiving me here, Angela, today. Thank you very much.
All right, wonderful. So, our whole point today is to really talk about virtual engagement and
Mhm.
how you can actually use this for your business, whether you're an event planner, a tourism representative, or even a hospitality specialist.
Mhm.
What are some of the ways that we can do this? So, I'll first ask you to please talk to us a little bit about virtual engagement and how it's evolved since, let's go way back, like 2018 till now.
Mhm. I mean, it's in my own point of view. In 2019, when this pandemic started here, I mean, people and brands, they have realized that they have to do something, right? Because they were facing some problem. Everything was closed. So the interaction between the customer and the brand was not here. But it was kind of a confusion for everyone in the event industry about virtual, right? So everyone was jumping into virtual, like virtual streaming will solve everything for brand engagement. So all the big agency and activation agency, they were jumping into virtual, but just with live streaming, and they didn't know what to do,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it was like a huge confusion in the beginning of the pandemic. But the thing is that I have realized that brands, they still have money, consumer, they still want to spend money, but there is no link between those two. And how we can create that link. And we have developed multiple virtual and hybrid solutions for brand activations that solves an actual marketing or sales challenge. So this is how we took it. And now slowly brands and the cost and the, I mean, the final purchaser, they are understanding the importance of virtual engagement, but we are still in the beginning of virtual engagements, no? So there is we are still in the beginning of virtual and hybrid engagements. Yes. Mm. So maybe, you know, I can give you some examples maybe,
Oh,
or
yes, most definitely. Please
would
talk
you like
about
me
it.
to, would you like me to give you a little background about our company and how we jumped there and what we're doing? Or okay, so we have started our business in 2010 with
Yes.
one goal, is to help brands to engage with their customers. So with their prospects, sorry, and customer. So we have developed unique photo booth solution. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
to call it photo booth solution, but more photo booth engagements. Why? Because we have developed a huge team of developers, and every time we approach a brand, we approach them with a photo booth, but we tweak the photo booth according to their end goal. So we learned how to work with brands. And when this pandemic worked with us, we just switched our savoir-faire into virtual, and we have been doing amazing, amazing things. Yes, into virtual. That we will talk about it. And there is something that I would like to talk about this evolution
Okay.
of virtual engagement. As I told you, there's a lot of brands who jumped into virtual conference or virtual exhibition without knowing what to do there. And there were a lot of photo booth owners that switched into virtual photo booth, thinking that that will be the solution that will help them in the future. But unfortunately, it's not the only solution to survive and to grow. Yeah.
That's great. It's so important. It's amazing how with COVID, everything just exploded on the virtual platform. And
It's
and with that, so many people just realize that this is going to be with us for the future. And as you've talked about before, it's so important for companies, professionals, to learn how to harness the
mm,
virtual setup
mm,
and how to use that to help engagement across the board. I'd, I'd
exactly.
I'd love it if you would talk a little bit about some unique events that you help impact, like some company that had an engagement before with their client base, and there wasn't a whole lot of interaction, but with
Mm,
the implementation of virtual engagement and making it a hybrid activation, how
yes.
that client interaction just
Mm,
exploded. So if you can
exactly.
share an event like that with us.
Yeah, I would love to. But before that, I mean, in the beginning and I mean, in the middle of this, this, I like to call it challenge, not pandemic, of this challenge, COVID challenge,
Right.
that as owner, we have faced a lot of companies. They didn't believe in virtual, right? And they said that, okay, it will be back to normal because people, they want physical interactions. And you have other people that saying, oh, just virtual will work, and etc etc etc. But it's like both people, they are, I mean, both people who think like that, they're wrong, because the human, they still need physical
Right.
interactions. And as we're going to the future, they also need a virtual approach. And this those combination of virtual and hybrid is the solution for brand engagement, but it needs a certain creativity in order to enter there, in this hybrid world. The word hybrid has a lot of meaning, but for some people there's a lot of confusion about what's hybrid. So I will give you an example about a live event that is happening right now with Nike here in Dubai. So before the pandemic, for back to school, they were kind of doing some advertising for kids to come inside the stores and to take a piece of paper with the t-shirts and to stick stickers on the t-shirts, right? And there'll be a person from Nike that will come and they will personalize the shirts and they will give it to the end user.
Okay.
So this is the activation that they were doing past post-COVID. But so they contacted us and they asked us, okay, guys, how you can turn this into a hybrid activations, because we want to interact with the people on ground, but at the same time, we would like to interact with the people online for them to come inside our shop. And this is the beauty of hybrid. You can bring digital people to your shop as a human. And this is like really, really amazing. So what we have done for them, for Nike. So I want you to imagine like you are a teenager, you're
Okay.
entering in this Nike store to buy your bag or shirt to go to
Now I will
school.
tell you that's a lot of imagination for me at this point, Yusuf. So just
Yes.
kidding.
So this is nice because it's really, for me. hybrid and virtual, it's like a white large book where I can draw anything I want to solve brand challenges. And this is the beauty of it, is that it can turn all your ideas into a reality. And this will show in the market your uniqueness. Because if you notice, like, I mean, in the photo booth industry or event industry whatsoever, they all have the same tool. They all have the mirror. They all have the 360. They all have the same photo booth,
Right.
And how they differentiate themselves? By the price. That's it. And now this COVID came, and the only way they can compete with their competitor is dropping the price down. And in the United States, I have seen people renting their booth one day for $200.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, where are we going like this? When it's like it's very hard. So this is why virtual and hybrid is here to unleash your creativity and make you unique in the market, and you can increase your price. This is what I have done in the market. While everyone was dropping the price to survive, I hired my price because I knew that my offering was quite unique and it was solving a solution for brands. And indeed, for example, for this Nike campaign that I will tell you, for a small, medium company like we are, it's like for, let's say, 10 days activations, we're talking about 6 digits. I mean,
Wow.
for the money. No? So it's like a huge amount of money that they have spending with the solution that I will tell you now. And again, it's
Please.
Nike, so they know what they are doing and they know the importance of hybrid activation. So what did we do for them? So I want you to imagine, as I told you, that you're a teenager going to Nike. Okay, it's always cool to
Okay.
have something personalized, right? So they come inside Nike stores and they see that if they buy any apparel from Nike, except the shoes, they will be able to personalize the goods for free if they buy it, right? Okay, so they scan the QR code and instantly it will open like a Nike animation saying that, okay, welcome to Nike store. You can now
Wow.
personalize your shirt. Choose the shirt that you have purchased. So they will choose digitally the shirt that they have purchased. They will enter then their data, name, email, phone number. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For the next, I will tell you why it's important. Sorry, why it's important to enter that data. Anyway,
Okay.
they will find their t-shirt and they will find some also stickers that Nike placed there. So they will place the sticker, they will resize the sticker, they will write their name will appear in a certain design. They can also design the back of the shirt, right? And then if they're satisfied with the results, they will press in their smartphone, create it, press my
A-
t-shirt, prepare
And
it
this
for
is
me.
all through the smartphone the entire time, the whole connection?
Yes. So
Wow.
yes. So if you enter inside Nike shop, you will find a lot of teenager behind their phone designing everything. And this is the beauty also of virtual and hybrid, is that you don't have a station, Everyone's in their phone, in their pocket, they have their own station and they can interact with the brand. So no need to go into the screen. It's not about also only they don't want to touch the screen or whatsoever. You will multiply the number of entry inside your activation, plus the final customer or the prospects, he has the freedom to be alone. No one is watching what he's doing. He's interact with the brand is his own self. You got my point? So
Wow.
especially when you have to draw or this kind of thing, it's kind of personal. So you are behind your phone, right?
Right.
So they were designing those, and we had a tablet there with the person who's preparing the t-shirt. Boom, he received a line. Okay, this is, for example, Angela. She designed that shirt, and this is where she placed the logo. And they will like print, and they will press the t-shirt
Wow.
and or the bag. And after that, we have created like Amazon Hub Locker with and the person were taking the t-shirts, the Nike representative taking the t-shirt, putting it inside this Nike Hub Locker, and as soon as he closed the door, the customer, he received an email saying that, hey buddy, your shirt is ready to collect with the QR code. And the person will go there, he will find a very beautiful Nike Hub Locker with a nice screen. He just has to show his QR code and boom, one door will open and he will collect his gifts. And
Wow.
after this, he received an email thanking him about his purchase. So this is what all we have been doing for Nike. And also the beauty of it, they were targeting people online. So those people, they were buying the shirts online, designing the shirts in the smartphone, buying and everything, and sending it to Nike factory, let's call it. They were preparing the shirt, hub locker, they received an email, come and collect it. So they have targeted more people than a physical activation. So this
Wow.
is the power of hybrid, the combination of physical and online that will drive more people, so more sales. And
Oh
and
man.
what happened after COVID, indeed, it opened a new channel of communications between brands and customer. It will not replace the physical interaction. It's just creating a new channel. And the hybrid is the bridge between those two channels. And who say connection between those two channels, more money for brands and more opportunity for entrepreneurs in order to approach big brands like that with this kind of solution. And this is what brand they need. They need to interact with people. So it's not like a photo will solve the problem, or a game that will solve the problem, or a physical activation that solves the problem. But the combination of all those will solve the problem
Wow.
for brands. And when you solve brands problems, they really pay a lot of money, honestly. So
And
this is why. Mm,
And I was going to say this is so awesome because you just talked about a brand at a very high level and how
yeah,
they brought it down to the personal level for that
yeah,
individual customer.
yeah, yes, exactly. And this is very important because the customer, he will feel close to this big brand. He feel like they're taking care about me. They're sending me emails. I mean, they're taking care about me. They're pricing my shares for free. And they send me an email when it's ready. So it's creating a soft relation, a cool relation between these big brands and the end customer. So he feels that he's interacting with Nike. He's talking to them. There's a content. It's not like a pop-up activation where, oh guys, we're doing this for the mass. You get my point? So it's not for the mass. The beauty of the hybrid is brands, they have time to communicate like privately behind the phone of the final customer. So creating a special relation. And when you create this kind of special relation, this is how you get like loyal customer, because they have a special place into their hearts because they're talking to me. And this is also all about personalization. This is why brands and people love personalizations, because it's creating a special relation, between end
Yeah.
users and brands. Yes,
That definitely keeps a great warm relationship. Which
exactly.
is if you're any kind of brand or you're a marketing agency for a brand, you would
Yes.
want to make sure is, very great for your clients. And when you talk about this, I just keep imagining if I were an event planner and I
Mm,
was creating, I was planning for a large scale event
mm,
where, everybody can't travel to a
mm,
particular location, but they want to be a part of this.
mm.
What you're describing just makes it so easy for you creating a unique engagement for those people online as well as those who are physically at the location.
I
They can actually go to the store and pick up their personalized shirt, or they
yeah.
can be a part of that, sending that photo with the brand's logo, or that special T-shirt on that was created on their behalf. I mean, it's such a great way to drive that interaction
It's very
between
important.
the client and the
Yeah,
brand or the customer.
it's very important. It's really extremely important. Why it's important? Because if you notice, when this pandemic, when this challenge started, kind of like event agencies, brand, they were worried what to do. Brands, they didn't know what to do, and what they have done is they spent millions of dollars on online advertising like YouTube. If you remember, before this this challenge COVID, it was maybe in YouTube you got like maybe one advertising per video, and now
Right.
They're placing a lot of advertising. It's like someone trying to get in an elevator and they place bam, 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 all this advertising, and it's creating frustrations among the final, I mean, about the prospects, because while he's watching, let's say, his basketball, there, boom, there's an advertising on his face. I mean, he's not interested about that. Why you're disturbing me? And after that, there's another advertising. They're
Right.
disturbing him. So for brands, it was the only way to communicate with their prospect was through online advertising, and it turned out that it can be negative, because I mean there's a lot of for example, for me, there's a brand I hate right now because they are constantly disturbing me, the same advertising, and when I see that brand, there's an X in my brain. And this is like you said, Angela, the importance of being close to your customer
Mm-hmm.
and creating relation with him. But by bombarding people with this kind of disturbing advertising, he sees that you're not communicating. The final customer, he sees that they want to take my money and they want to disturb me. You got
Mm-hmm.
my point? So the hybrid solution is a soft way to approach people online.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're right. It's
yeah,
it makes it so much more personalized, and if the
yeah.
client or the customer is going to select this, they already know the brand. They already know what they want,
Uh-huh.
which makes it even better,
Yeah, I have
as
one.
opposed to just being bombarded with a bunch of
Yeah,
commercials that don't connect
let me let
at
me give
all.
you let me give you another example of hybrid solution.
Please.
Okay, that's for the platform. So there is a famous shop in France called Galerie Lafayette. So people who travel in France, they know it's like famous gallery where there's a lot of nice dress and this kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And they approached me and they told me, Yusuf, I mean, for the hybrid solution, you're doing nice stuff and these kind of things. But they told me, look, Yusuf, we want to drive people from Instagram into our shop. What can we do? Please find a solution. And this is how we do. We help brands when there is like an actual problem. So I would tell you what we have done. We have created a box called the gift box. Okay, I will
Right.
share with you the image that you can show there.
Right.
And the gift box, I want you to imagine a transparent safe, okay, with a kind of a tablet there with some digits, okay, and inside that there were gifts like value of $200 of makeup placed inside the shop, okay, with a nice installation there. So
Okay.
we were targeted people online on Instagram. Like this is like a soft, like this is to rebound about this bad advertising online. I will show you a soft way to approach these people that you want to target them. So they wanted to target women between 25 and 35, living in Dubai, my city, having this kind of income, etc., etc. So
Okay.
those people, while they were browsing into their Instagram stories, they were saying the story of Galerie Lafayette, and people they don't notice it's an advertising because it's inside their story, right? It's like
Right.
they're continuing browsing into their own Instagram. So then they press there into the story and they see that they can win, for example, as I told you, $200 value of products there. So
That get my
naturally, people,
attention.
yeah, you pay attention because you like makeups. I mean, you're a woman interested about that. You have time, and okay, so they swipe up. And as soon that they swipe up, there is a quick question like when Galerie Lafayette was open. So multiple choice whatsoever. But here we can also put games, quiz, anything you can imagine, photo opportunity. But we just wanted to make it straightforward with them.
Okay.
Okay, so it was just a question. They were answering the question. They were entering their details, and they're receiving straight away an SMS telling them congratulations. This is your code, and in order to see if you are the winner, you have to go to Gallery Lafayette and try your luck. So people that were walking there and entering their code, And if they're the winner, the door will open and they will collect their gift. And if not, they receive 10% discount to use inside the shop for a short for 30 days validity of the coupon. And it turned like crazy. It turned like really crazy. They drove so much traffic into the shop. And this is how hybrid can do soft online marketing. Let's call it like soft online marketing, the hybrid solution. Yes. And people, and you know, this is how you create relation with the brands. This is how you create relation and loyal customer. Yeah.
Man, that's exciting. And
Yeah.
in the end, everyone is still winning with that. You know, you may not have gotten the $200 uh,
Yeah.
gift,
Because
but you got the 10% off still, and you're at the store or you're online, and you can, apply that to what you've purchased. So everyone still wins.
the idea here is that everyone is a winner and you're interacting with the brands and in the end they will give you something. And for the brand, 10% discount, it's nothing because they know that they will use it and they will spend money. So in the end, everyone is a winner. The final customer is having a good price, the brand are selling. I mean, everyone is happy there, brands and customer. So this is the beauty of hybrid. Yeah, but the issue, Angela, the challenge of hybrid, not too much people like you. I mean, you know how to do it, but there's a lot of people they don't know how to do it. You have the capacity to do it, Angela, but some people they don't have the capacity. And by working with a company like you, Angela, you are providing this kind of solution because you have this power of development, and this is what you can provide to people because people in the market they are still they, they don't know what to do. They're scared because they think that creating this kind of solution will be extremely expensive,
Right.
but no, it's not. When you have the right people, like you find out that when you don't outsource, it seems that okay, you control the cost. And before that, proposing our service and your service, all those development agencies, they were proposing ridiculous price, like for booth owners or people into the event industry, they're not able to afford paying that. So they were not thinking about that. But today, with the hybrid and virtual, we control the cost and we can do like really, 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 really amazing things specific for each brand channel. And
Oh,
this is the
yes.
beauty of it. We never do the same activation for two brands. If you,
I
I
agree.
want to make it
I,
short like this.
I used to call that like weddings for us. You could never do the same wedding twice. You can't just pop the top and everyone's the same. So
Yeah,
you're right. It's
exactly.
very unique.
Like for example, for if you want to talk about the tourism industry, for example, let's say that you are a city, okay, and you want to increase tourism inside your city. You want to bring like local people. Let's say I don't know Louisiana, for example. You want to bring people from New York to Louisiana or whatsoever. You can find solution about this. You got my point? Like
Yes.
even you can do activations for people living in Louisiana. We say Louisiana, right? Because I'm
Yes.
French.
You're absolutely correct.
Okay. So for example, they can what they can do, for example, they can do treasure hunts inside the city, right?
Yes.
So they will scan the QR code there, and they will see the map of the city. And in each city, there will be some QR code, hidden QR codes, okay? And in the end, if they do this four QR code, let's say, in the end, they will receive a digital code, like the gift box that will be placed somewhere to win, for example, the key of the city, let's say, or something like this. So they can scan, they will see the map, they will go to the first QR code, so let's say that they want to talk about the history of Louisiana. I want people to know, like to see this monument in France. So they will scan, and then there will be a short video about the history of Louisiana. Then there'll be a quiz when Louisiana was created, the city. Then if it's right, they can 1 point. Then or they can inside our virtual booth a system like Ask My Friend, like the millionaire game, same thing. Ask my friend, call my friend, or this kind of things. Then they get a point when it's correct. They can go in the second point, take the best selfie, of the bridge, let's say. So they will take a selfie, they will post it on inside their Instagram, and when they will post it with a certain hashtag, it will recognize that they has posted inside Instagram, and then they will gain one more point. Then the first point, it can be a game, for example. So they will
Wow.
play a game, they will earn one more point, and in the end, if they have all those like 4 points, they will have 4 digits, and they can physically try the gift box inside the town hall, let's say, or outside the town hall to see if they were the winner of the key, for example. And this is how you can take people and drive them there and communicate with them what you want. Like for Louisiana wanted to talk about history, they wanted to show them the best spot, they wanted people to share this photo inside Instagram for all their friends to see it, and they wanted people to play a game related to Louisiana. And what's nice also, what we can do is to help the local restaurants, local economy, by letting them, if they don't win the key of the city, they can win, for example, a dinner for two, for example, in a restaurant, or 25% in the local hair shop, or whatsoever. So you can also
That's
involve all those small shops, so it can give life to the city. And
oh,
this is the power of hybrid. And
that's great.
this is the power of hybrid. Yeah,
And as you're describing this, I see that it doesn't take a long time to complete this. As you
yeah.
describe this challenge going from one point to the next with finding the key to the city, this
Mm.
doesn't seem to take a lot of time, and you're still staying within that same unique URL box for this. You don't have to go out and find
No.
something here or download something from there. It's
Mm.
all compact within this whole process. So it seems
Exactly.
very short, very unique, very focused
It is. It is. We
on
have
where
done.
you take the client.
Yeah, we have done this for several city in France. Okay, and it was a long weekend, and people, they were really chillax and relaxed. You got my point.
Yeah,
Like family group, and they were doing this tour. You got my point, and you can control the time. You can make a long tour, or you can make it really straightforward and short. But it again depends on the goal of the city, what they want. They want to increase the local economy, or they want people to visit some key points, inside the city, etc. So all will depend on the city goal also. So, and we can work on, but it can be really straightforward also. Yeah.
uh, Yusuf, it seems like the ideas are endless. That you can really create
Yeah.
wonderful virtual engagement, as well as with an activation, a hybrid activation. You're just
Yes.
creating very unique ways for your event to
Yes.
evolve, to really be creative out there and really drive the interaction for the client, the customer base, the brand across the
Yeah.
board. So,
Yeah.
as we wrap this up, what I'd like for you to do is tell me what you see in the future for hybrid activations, especially, like in the next year or so. What do you
Okay.
see? How do you see virtual engagement and hybrid activations evolving in the
I will.
next, 18 to 24 months?
To make it like very easy and straightforward. I will tell you how I see this, you know.
Okay.
So uh, people, phones are having better and better cameras. People are more and more isolated behind their phones. Even you can see families, and you can see kids, they're sitting in the same room, all behind their phone. You have the 5G that is coming now. I don't know if you have it in the United States, but there is the 5G, means that some people, they say 5G is like, oh wow, I will watch or I will download my movie faster. But for technology developers, it's like we can provide complex technology faster into the end phone
Mm-hmm.
of the user. And everything is going digital. I mean, the money like Bitcoin, whatsoever, they're going digital. So people, they start to enter into that digital world. For me, COVID, it's like, I'm so sorry, without any image, but before they were saying, oh, before GC, Jesus Christ, Now the technology, there's before COVID and after COVID. We are into, no, really, we
Right.
are in a historical point. and people they don't realize it now. We are literally in historical point there, and how I see it, I see it hybrid. I just see it hybrid. I just see it, like more and more complex solution. As phone will be faster, so we do like right now we can do like snapshotting. We can do like AI. I mean, I can see it really hybrid, the future of events, and more the time will pass, and more virtual will take place uh, than rather. Because now, if I can give a percentage, it let's say now it's like now because Dubai is open, it's like let's say 40% virtual and there's 60% hybrid. But more the time will pass, more the virtual will take place over hybrid. So this is how I see the future, and it's really, really, really exciting. So I want you to
Yes.
imagine, I want you to imagine something, Angela.
Okay.
See, now we are all talking about this Google Glass, right? That you can see your environment. Okay, you have these glasses where you can see like the Google Map, or you can view your YouTube. But it's all, I mean, it's like huge, it's heavy on you. But more the time will pass, and some people that are talking about putting chip inside the eye. You got my
Wow.
point? And now,
Yes.
they will put inside the glasses, but in the future, it will be inside the eye. And brand, it's crazy, right? The brands,
Yes.
they will be able to interact with the people straight away inside the brain.
Wow.
And then everything that we spoke about the map, about all this personalization of the t-shirt that we spoke in the beginning, they can do it with their eyes.
It's amazing. It's like
I
Johnny
mean,
Pneumatic really comes to life.
yeah, you
So,
got my point.
yes.
And this is how technology will go. It will go with less physical products and more, I don't know, natural, virtual, I don't know how you call it. And for me, if you ask someone what is the future, for me, I mean, for me, the future is it's like hybrid, it's virtual, it's like computer will disappear because smartphone will be more powerful than computers. I mean, the technology would change very fast, and brands and event agencies that would have to follow that fast technology where we're going right now, because now we're going into like a highway. Yeah, it's
Oh,
fast now.
yes.
It's
It,
more and more faster, yeah, over
wow.
the time.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that fascinating look into the future. I'm not feeling putting a chip in the eye, but you're right. I can see that happening quite a bit. Next thing you know, they'll be creating a slit at the back of your head so you can just plug in and do a little
No,
matrix and
Angela,
connect in that way.
there is your from the United States, Elon Musk, Tesla owner. He is working on a process to create a chip to put it inside the brain, and it's right now. It's not. We're not talking in 10 years, right? We're talking
Okay.
right now inside the brain, and you'll be able to control a lot of things inside your brain just by thinking. Now,
That's, yeah.
happening. It's happening now, right now. So you can imagine that events will evaluate engagement with those people will change for brands. So they will have to adapt their communication to communicate inside the brain of people now. So how they're gonna do this with people like you who propose this kind of hybrid solution? Because now we're proposing hybrid solution into mobile phone, but the same development can go inside the brain. It's crazy. Really, it's
It
crazy.
is. It
It's
is.
scary. It's crazy, but this is where we're going.
You're right. It is where we're going. And
Yeah,
so,
it
with
is.
that, I will say, I would love for you to come back again and tell us more about what you're doing and, maybe present some of the other adventures you've had with creating wonderful engagements for your
Thank you.
clients.
Thank you.
But I will say thank you so much for your time and
Thank you.
stopping by here today for us and just giving
Thank
us a
you, Angela.
glimpse, a tiny glimpse of how much
Yes.
virtual engagement has grown and how that's really put together in a hybrid activation. So,
Mm.
again, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Yusuf of iBoothMe, founder. And man, he's a great guy here. Love it. Thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
I
by.
love it.
And
Thank you.
again, as always, you're welcome to come by anytime again.
I would love to. Thank you.
Get my glasses back on here so I can actually see out. It's easy to talk when you don't have to worry about reading anything. So there you have it, everybody. Yusuf Kibbe stopping by. And I think I'm going to get him back here because I'd like to hear more about that Nike activation, how it actually went, how many impressions they got, how much of the circulation went out on social media, and what did the foot traffic look like back in the store. So I'd love to get him to come back here and talk with us a little more about that. So with that being said, at noon, you should have received your next challenge for today. I would say don't worry about this one. This is a lot easier, a lot faster, and even more fun. And yes, there are prizes. So go on out there and scratch and win. Let's create it. And we'll see you here tomorrow on Let's Talk Virtual. Have a good day, everybody. All right. So what did you think of that?